My name is Dr. Jolie Mestre. I am a board certified pharmacist turned holistic health practitioner. Today I'm going to talk about how to lose weight easily by balancing these hormones. When most people gain weight or are having difficulty losing weight, what do? They either restrict their calories or they start exercising more. The issue with that is when you are already dealing with hormonal imbalances, by going really low on calories, especially carbs, when you drop your carbs and your protein and your diet and nutrients too low, then it actually causes a backfire and it actually causes even more hormonal dysregulation. And the same with exercising. If you just start over exercising and spend all day on the treadmill and do all these super high intense workouts like a lot of women do, and then that's just causing even more havoc on your body and making your cortisol levels spike, which we do not want. You have to determine your baseline. Like, I'm not gonna say that you can eat whatever you want and balance these hormones and you will be fine. That unfortunately is not the case. So you do have to determine your baseline and you have to eat in accordance to your activity level. If you are a sedentary person and don't work out and like hang out on the couch all day or work from home and you're sitting on a chair most of the day, then you're gonna need a lower caloric intake than someone who's very active and who's going to the gym every day and who's walking their 10,000 steps and who has an active job as like a waitress or someone who's on their feet. So you definitely have to determine your baseline. And there are many ways to do that. I could do other videos talking about how to determine your baseline, but you want to calculate what your appropriate macros are for you, and especially more or less your caloric intake that's necessary for your lifestyle. A really easy way to take an inventory of what you're eating is to use an app. There are so many free apps. There's really no excuse to not know. Two most known apps are Lose It and MyFitnessPal. They're both free, found in the Apple Store or whatever smartphone you have. That's a very easy way to take an honest audit of what you're eating and how many calories you are consuming. I'm not a believer in calorie counting everything you put in your mouth. I do feel like that causes a lot of stress, and when stress raises, then cortisol goes up, and then it's this loop, So you want to be cognizant of what you are eating and you want to have a rough idea of the amount of calories, but this doesn't have to be something that you obsess about. I teach my clients for the first couple weeks, track. Figure out what you're eating more or less, because a lot of people have no idea and zero awareness. What they think is, they're consuming about like 1,800 calories, they're really consuming 3,000. Because you just don't know. Calories add up. If you grab a handful of nuts here and there, that's 500 calories. A lot of foods, especially in this country, processed foods are very calorically dense and laden with fat. So step one, take an honest inventory of exactly what you are eating. And it doesn't have to cause stress. It's just to bring some awareness. So after you determine more or less how many calories you are consuming, you really have to clean up your diet. And that's not even for weight loss, that's just for longevity and health. You really want to treat your body with love and respect, and you really want to nourish it properly. You want to be consuming things that fight disease, not feed it. So it's pretty simple. When you go to the grocery store, shop only on the outskirts. Don't buy anything that's in the middle. Nothing that comes in a box. Nothing that comes in a package, nothing that you look at the ingredients and it's 20 words that you can't even pronounce half of them. Stick to the basics. There's so much debate on, the right diet, carnivore, keto, there's a million different diets out there. But the truth is, all of the societies on this planet that are in blue zones and live the longest, they all have one thing in common. They eat a predominant plant-based diet. And I'm not saying you have to go vegan or vegetarian. I am not vegan or vegetarian, but you want the majority of your plate to always be filled with colorful fruit and veggies. That's where you're going to get your micronutrients. That's where you are going to get your life force. Like that, living plants, like that's where you get your life force. So stick to the basics. Really, you want to be filling the majority of your plates at every meal with colorful fruit and veggies. Predominantly veggies if you are trying to lose weight. You want to fill your plate with every color of the rainbow. Greens, reds, purples, every color that you could think of. The more color, the better. The more color, the more phytonutrients, and the better for your health. So you want to stick to fruit, veggies, high quality protein, and that could differ. Some people are plant-based. You could do plant-based. There's beans, tempeh, tofu, or if you are a carnivore, high quality grass-fed meat, organic. It's very important if you are dealing with any hormonal issues to buy organic, because conventional poultry and beef in this country and eggs are filled with hormones. So if you're already dealing with a hormonal imbalance, just eating more hormones that are injected into these animals, it's just feeding, it's throwing, what is the term? Throwing flames, fuel to the fire, that's what I meant to say. It's throwing fuel to the fire, the more hormones that you are ingesting because of what's given to these conventional animals. So you want to be eating wild caught seafood. That is so great. You don't want to do farm raised. Wild caught seafood, grass-fed beef, grass-fed organic poultry. You really want to be doing organic eggs. Eggs is a really important thing to be doing organic. Dairy, that's polarizing. That is, some people can tolerate dairy, some people can't. If you can, great. You want to be doing organic, grass-fed, milk-based dairy. And then you want to be doing whole grains. You want to be doing healthy carbs such as quinoa, brown rice, buckwheat, sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes are a superfood. Think of things that come from the earth that have minimal ingredients. That's what you want to focus on. Sweet potatoes, quinoa, buckwheat, everything whole grain, unprocessed as possible. And then healthy fats, olive oils, coconut oils, especially extra virgin olive oil. That is like the basis of the Mediterranean diet, extra virgin olive oil. And then avocados. Avocados are a great source of healthy fats. Nuts and seeds, chia seeds, flax seeds, pumpkin seeds are superfoods, sunflower seeds. So you really want to be getting high quality protein, produce, and healthy fats, and complex healthy carbs. And that is it. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. Once you have your diet in check, which is just doing an audit, eliminate, go get a big garbage bag, go to your kitchen, open up your fridge and your pantry, everything that's in there that's in a box and you can't pronounce half of the ingredients, get rid of it, donate it, get out of your house. You really want to fill your kitchen with healthy, wholesome ingredients. And not just for you, for your kids too. Like, you do not want to be giving your kids things filled with gluten and processed sugar, inflammatory oils. Just get rid of it. Get rid of it. Fill your kitchen with clean, whole foods. And you will see doing that change alone will help you balance your hormones and lose weight naturally. Once you get your diet in check, movement is so necessary. You really want to be getting in some form of movement at least 4 days a week, preferably every day. You want to really be aiming for those 10,000 steps a day. And I know we are busy, especially busy moms that are like juggling work, and then we have our single moms out there. I know it's so tough to sometimes get a workout in, but it adds up. Those steps that you do day by day add up. So, when you go to the store, park extra far so that you can get some extra steps walking from the parking lot to inside. Take the stairs whenever you can. Skip the elevators, take the stairs, take the long way. If you are working from home, take some calls periodically outside on the phone. Just get it in when you can. That might mean foregoing Netflix at night and getting to bed a little earlier so you can wake up earlier and do a 30-minute workout while your kids are still asleep. You really have to prioritize movement. It's so important for longevity and health, not just weight loss. Weight loss is a byproduct, but for longevity and health, movement is necessary. So diet and movement are key. You also want to make sure you're hydrating with high quality water, quality over quantity. Tap water in this country is filled with toxins. And if you don't believe me, you can go to ewg.org and put in your zip code, and it will show you exactly, based on where you live, what is in your water. And it's really scary. So you want to do high quality filtered water or spring water or whatever you can afford or have access to where you live. You really want to be doing high quality water. Once you get the basics down, which is diet, high quality sleep, movement, hydration, this video I really wanted to focus on hormonal imbalances, and I will be happy to do more videos in the future if you want me to dive deeper into diet and movement and hydration and supplements and all of that. Just comment down below. But today I'm going to dive into the top hormonal imbalances and how they affect weight loss. So one of the main ones that I see, and it's actually in both men and women, but it's a very common issue with women, is estrogen dominance. And I'm gonna do another separate video describing more about estrogen dominance and what it is and why it's so important. But a lot of times when women go to the gynecologist in this country and they run their basic hormonal panels, the doctor will tell them that their estrogen levels are normal, which they might be within normal range. But the issue is, and when you have estrogen dominance, is your estrogen levels are higher than your progesterone. And when that is the case, it leads to weight gain, and especially around like the hips and thighs, and it's like this stubborn weight that kind of just like packs on out of nowhere, and you're having a lot of difficulty losing it. That is typically due to estrogen dominance. Also, estrogen dominance can cause a lot of symptoms, especially the week around your period. You will see that your breasts are more tender, you will be retaining a lot more water. These are all signs of estrogen dominance. And the issue is when you are estrogen dominant, it is just harder for you to keep the weight off. It is just that simple. So even if the estrogen is normal, estrogen dominant just means that your estrogen levels are high in comparison to progesterone. So the ratio is off. So that is the number one imbalance that I see with my clients. The second hormone that is very important to keep in check when you are dealing with stubborn weight loss issues is testosterone. Testosterone is another very important hormone to keep in balance when weight loss is an issue. So you want the testosterone to be high enough that your body is efficient at burning fat, but you don't want it to be too high in women because then you will be exhibiting PCOS symptoms such as the excess facial hair and the excess belly fat. So it's all about balance. If you are seeing a trend here, everything is about balance. So you don't want the testosterone to be too high and you don't want it to be too low. Testosterone is really important. Women need testosterone. Testosterone makes your bones healthy and it helps with burning body fat. You just don't want it to be too high. So testosterone is a very important hormone to keep in check. Another very important hormone that's kind of like the forgotten hormone, and it's the direct balancer to cortisol, is DHEA. So DHEA is actually very important. If our bodies are under stress for too long, then DHEA will decline and cortisol levels will raise. So you definitely want DHEA to be within balance, and it's really important. And this, again, all of these hormones can be tested, very easily ran with functional medicine lab testing. So DHEA is an anabolic hormone. It is good for muscle building, and it's a great anti-aging hormone. That's why so many people supplement with DHEA, because as they age, DHEA declines. So a lot of people want their DHEA levels higher, but then if it dips too low, then cortisol takes over, and then cortisol is the catabolic hormone. It breaks things down. It's the aging hormone. It's the hormone that is our stress hormone, the fight or flight hormone. So we always want cortisol and DHEA to be in balance for optimal weight loss results. If you do not have enough DHEA, you're not going to have enough testosterone, because DHEA is a precursor to testosterone. So it is very important to have estrogen and progesterone, cortisol and DHEA, testosterone. All of these are very important to have in balance. So one of the most important hormones when it comes to weight loss is cortisol. Cortisol is our stress hormone, and cortisol is necessary. Cortisol is what gets us out of bed in the morning. It is our fight and flight hormone. We need it. Without cortisol, we'd be just like zombies. Cortisol is what gets us going. But when cortisol is too high for too long, it causes a lot of inflammation and stress on the body, which we do not want. So it is extremely important to keep cortisol levels in check when you are dealing with weight loss issues. Cortisol is our stress hormone, and when our bodies are under stress, they are just not efficient at burning fat. They have more important things to worry about. When your body is under stress, it thinks that, it's like life or death. It's your fight or flight hormone. So your body's not going to be adept at burning fat when you are constantly under a state of stress. So keeping cortisol in check is very important, especially when you want to lose that visceral belly fat. So high cortisol levels will cause an increase in that belly fat, which is actually a really important determining factor for cardiovascular disease. So it's very important to keep cortisol levels down. It's really important to keep stress levels down in general, because stress just causes everyone to age and decline faster, which nobody wants. So cortisol is a very important hormone to keep in balance, not only for weight loss, but for just longevity and overall happiness and health. Another really important hormone to keep in check when weight loss is an issue is thyroid. When your thyroid is too low, then weight gain will ensue. So thyroid is another very important hormone to keep in check when weight loss is desired and you're having difficulty losing weight. When thyroid is low, then your metabolism slows down, you become more sensitive to carbs, and body fat increases, and it's just much more difficult to lose weight. So thyroid is really important for not only your TSH, but your free T3 and T4 to be within optimal range. Another very important hormone is vitamin D, and vitamin D is very underlooked. So vitamin D is actually a hormone. People don't realize that, but vitamin D is very important in keeping your weight loss in check, and most people are deficient in vitamin D. You really want your vitamin D levels to be between 50 and 70. And since a lot of people use a lot of SPF and they're just not getting enough sun, a lot of people are deficient. So it's really important to test your vitamin D levels and then to take a very high quality vitamin D supplement to make sure your levels are sufficient and being able to support your body in proper weight loss. So in my practice and with my clients, I simply, like I said, I test, I don't guess. So there's a really easy way to find out if you are imbalanced in any of these hormones. We run tests that test for your thyroid, that test for your insulin and glucose, that test for all of these hormones. So it's really easy to find out, and then we have protocols and plans that will help you balance your hormones and get you not only losing weight, but also just feeling like yourself again. And also longevity and optimal health are the main goals. Weight loss is a nice side effect from balancing your hormones, but really you just want to feel like yourself and you want to be energetic and you want to show up to the world the best that you can. So that is the biggest motivator, or should be the biggest motivator when balancing your hormones. And then weight loss will just be a happy, welcomed side effect. So again, if you want to contact me or you're interested in working with me, you can find my website and my contact information in the box down below. And if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And please let me know if there are any other videos or topics you would like me to dive deeper into. I would be happy to discuss anything health and holistic health related. So thank you so much for watching and have a great day.